Welcome back, where we're talking about something fairly exciting, which is a new accessory for the PSVR2 headset. This one is actually an upgrade of a previous accessory that I've used, and if you want to purchase it or anything from the company VR2, you can use my link in the description below, which supports me directly and gets you a nice discount. Anyway, let's get on to it. Today we are looking at the VR prescription lenses from VR2, and these are the magnetic ones. I previously reviewed their normal lenses, and we're here to see how they stack up to those ones, what differences there are, and whether or not this is a product for you. Essentially, these are the perfect thing for people who need glasses when wearing VR headsets. Although the PSVR2 does accommodate glasses, it really isn't that perfect for them, and I would recommend looking into these if you need glasses while you play. But anyway, these come packaged nicely like the old ones do, in exactly the same little protective pouch with VR2 on the front, but straight away I noticed some differences. First of all, the magnetic lenses are made of a different material than the old lenses that aren't magnetic. These ones are more plastic and smooth and more glossy, whereas before it felt like a bit of a plastic or resin type of feeling on the lenses. This does make it slightly harder to take these on and off because they kind of clip in more than just sit in like the old ones do. I never had any issues with the old ones falling out when they sat in there because they sat in pretty tight, but these ones have more of an audible click when you put them in. And taking them out is a little bit harder, but it's not impossible by any means, so don't worry about that. As with the previous lenses, these new ones do not scratch the lenses of the PSVR2 at all, as there is a bit of leeway between, the new lenses and the lenses of the headset. As for comfort, they're okay. They're not actually as good as the previous lenses that I've used, as they have a more bulky design. They're consistent all the way around in a perfect oval, whereas the ones I've used before, the previous non-magnetic lenses, are not completely oval. There's a little cutout for your nose to sit in, whereas with these, there is no cutout for your nose to sit in, and there's a reason for that, but it does mean that at a low IPD like I have, it does sit and press against my nose a little bit. It's not completely uncomfortable and unplayable, but you do feel it pressing against your nose a little bit, whereas before, there was no pressure at all from the old lenses. But as I said, there is a reason for that, and let's talk about that right now, and that is the fact that these are magnetic, meaning that you can just pop off the lenses without popping off the housing for the lenses and replace them with other ones. So if you have multiple people using the headset, you can swap between prescriptions if you have several prescriptions, or for me, I don't have a prescription, so I just have these with the anti-blue light filter on them, which also doesn't tint the lenses in any way, by the way. The anti-blue light keeps the colors completely, it just kind of helps your eyes a little bit, but you don't actually notice any visual change, so if you're going with that, don't worry. But yeah, I don't have any prescription, but if someone in my family or say one of my friends who's trying the headset does, and I had their prescription already in a lens, I could pop these off really quickly, attach new lenses, and then we're good to go. You can swap between people very, very easily. However, that does mean that the entire lens has to be modeled and there is no cutout for your nose to have comfort there. As I mentioned, I have the blue light filter and the anti-glare filter. The anti-glare filter is the same as the old lenses. There is a slight bit of reflection whenever you're in a dark environment with, say, white text. You can kind of see a bit of a glare, and that is green in color as it was before. You can check my old review for a bit more detail on that if you haven't seen it. Link is in the description to that one as well. That is still present, but both of these coatings are optional, of course. I'm also happy to report that one of my worries for this set of lenses was that they would fog up, because there is actually, that space between the lens and the housing for where they magnetically snap on. I was worried that that was going to fog up in extended or hot play sessions. It was about 22 degrees in the UK here, which is fairly hot, and I was playing a game that I can't talk about yet, but one that is very, very, intense in terms of gameplay and movement, and they didn't fog up at all, which I'm happy to report. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with these lenses, but my final verdict is if you have purchased any old lenses with a cutout that doesn't put any pressure on your nose, and you're not looking to swap between family members or friends very quickly who either do or do not have a prescription, I'd say you're probably good with sticking with the ones you already have. But if you have a slightly wider IPD than me, which is the maximum IPD togetherness is what I have on my headset, you probably won't notice the pressure from these lenses, and I'd say go with these ones. If you are a glasses wearer and you want to try it out to people who don't have glasses too, you can just remove the prescription lenses by popping them off magnetically, and you don't need another pair of lenses to sit on top of those that are non-prescription, of course. You can just take them off and it's like the lenses have nothing over them, if that makes sense. So I would say these are pretty worth it. I've tried wearing my headset with my blue light glasses before as well, and it was quite uncomfortable, although the headset is technically designed for that. So I'd recommend to anyone on the fence that these are probably a very good purchase because it's so much more comfortable than wearing glasses. If you do want to look at any products from VR Rock for any other headsets or for the PSVR 2, please use my link in the description below because it helps me out directly, and if you're interested in buying the product anyway, it doesn't cost you any less. In fact, it saves you money by using my link. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for VR Rock for sending these over. Once again, I'm not influenced by the fact that I've been sent these to review. There are problems with them, like the pressure issue, but they are a big plus for me. An extra bit of protection for my lenses, and also an easy way to swap between prescriptions should I need to. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.